Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers, and my dear patrons on Patreon. I have an occasion to be here to look at a map where I did a lecture, the series called A Manifesto for the Ozark Plateau, and because of a software glitch from Open Office to the Apple version, I couldn't. It took me some time. It took my son some time to get it going. So this map was up here, and it was like my saving grace because it is a raised relief topological map. There's the Appalachians. You can see the 3D-ness of it. I can put my finger there, and you won't be able to see part of my finger. So, and at one point in that lecture, I glanced over at it and I went, oh. And what I saw was, and I didn't say what it was, and I put it in the comments below, but what I saw was that what you see there in green is lower elevation, 200 to 400 feet maybe. And the Standeo map, which I'll put a link for in the description, just took this map, basically this a topological map, and colored all that blue and called that ocean level rise. So if a lot of ice melted, Greenland, Antarctica, I'll say again, Greenland and Antarctica are average 10,000 feet altitude. Antarctica is not a 200-foot ice wall, it's a 2-mile high ice wall. However big Antarctica is, and whatever shape Antarctica is, whether it's a circle or an Antarctica-shaped thing around the Earth, whatever. Point is, there's a lot of ice there, a lot of snow. So that's one point. And of course, you can see that the river basin, deep river basin, extends almost up to the Great Lake region. You can hardly see the Great Lakes here, but they're well, you can see them if you know what they're looking for. Superior, Ontario, Michigan. So that's Lake Superior up there, Lake Michigan here, Lake Huron, and Georgian Bay. Yeah, here's Lake Ontario over here, and Lake Erie. I had never heard of that because I haven't been up there. But anyway, those are the Great Lakes. They could be colored blue and make them stand out just a wee bit better, but they're not. Okay, so point is that all this dark green is lower elevations. Now the other thing that I got to looking at here, and the main reason I wanted to touch on this map now, I can stabilize the phone, and sorry. Okay, so what I want to point out here is I've made the statement that rivers are borders. Okay, there's only 4 states in the entire 50 states. Well, okay, most of Alaska is bordered by what? Ocean. Hawaii is bordered by ocean, but the 48 lower states, there's only 4 states that do not have rivers as part of their border. And that's like Colorado, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, whatever they are. There's 4. And some people say 5, but whatever. New Mexico has a little bit of the border of a river. All right, so anyway, my point is that rivers are borders. They are in a turned-down situation, in a medieval situation, in a throwback type of a scenario, they will be very good borders. So here you have the Mississippi River, okay, coming up, and then you picks up with the Missouri, and that comes over, and you can see the greenish here around the Ozark Plateau, and then you pick up with the Neosho right here, flowing out of Lake of the Cherokees. The Neosho River headwaters are up here in Kansas, flows through Emporia, Iola, Chanute, near Parsons. I have a friend that lives there. And into Lake of the Cherokees. And then out of Lake of the Cherokees into the Arkansas. Okay. Then you also have the Verdigris River paralleling that, also flowing into the Arkansas right where the Neosho does. So two rivers flow into the Arkansas River right here at the same place, just southeast of Tulsa. Okay. The Neosho flows also through Gibson Reservoir. And then they come down here and go through Van Buren, Fort Smith area, Clarksville, Russellville, Conway. And I'll try to do that in more detail if I remember. Okay, into the Mississippi, at Arkansas City, thereabouts. Okay, so this is now the Mississippi here. So the Arkansas flows into the Mississippi. And then there was another river, the Osage, headwaters up here very close to the Neosho, but where the Neosho is going more southeast, the Osage flows east, almost due east, into Lake of the Ozarks. Now the Lake of the Ozarks is a huge, huge lake. I mean, it doesn't look like it, it just looks like a wide river there, but it is a massive lake. There's probably, I have no idea, I would guess on the order of 100,000 boats on that lake. Stockton Lake, let me find that. It may not even be listed on here. No, it's not. So Stockton Lake, there's virtually no boats on it because it's a what do you call it, a Corps of Engineer lake. It's like one guy told me it's the red-headed stepchild of the lake system. In other words, if they need to fill it, flood it, they'll fill it and flood it. If they need to empty it, drain it, to where there's, hundreds and hundreds of feet of beaches, they'll do it. In other words, they use it to control which way this goes. I'm not positive, but Bull Shoals, Lake Taneycomo, they start up here and come this way. So the Stockton Lake is basically used as control for Lake of the Ozarks and whatnot to fill or